What's good, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about R Sales Code Limited, arsgrading.com. It's a brand new Japanese grading company, which is pretty exciting for the most part. So it is definitely unique. It's different. And I'm going to showcase some of those things today, but they are starting to make waves. And I want to talk about it because if you're a collector, investor, or any of the above, right, people do love to slab their cards, and they do it for a variation of reasons. It could be for what the slab sells for, to encapsulate your card to keep it safe. Maybe you like the way the slabs look, you like the price point the company has, but it really boils down to one thing as well. A lot of people like to see what the slabs sell for on the secondary market, so they always make comparisons to BGS, to CGC, right? CGC, up and coming for cards at least. It's been in the game forever for comic books, but they have been selling for pretty good, but PSA right now is still dominating the market. So right now, let's go ahead and take a look at ARS. So this is the new grading company out of Japan. We're going to look at their website in just a little bit. We're also going to see if we can see any of these cards on eBay. I did take a quick glance. I didn't see any of these slabs on eBay just yet, and it possibly could be because they are fairly new to the market. PSA also has an in-house grading location inside of Japan, so PSA is also prominent inside of Japan. They recognize it, so PSA is still a dominant player in the space, right? But looking at this right here, if you grade with ARS, this is what the slab on the right looks like. You have the Blue Eyes White Dragon Yu-Gi-Oh! So obviously they're grading Yu-Gi-Oh! And a bunch of other TCGs as well. There's a lot of different TCGs throughout Japan, so I wouldn't be surprised if they grade more cards than a lot of your traditional American grading companies. But right here, you get an ARS TCG grading report card. You have the date at the top right. You have the logo over here to the left, what it looks like. And if you've ever been to Japan, you notice they put this little stamp, this red stamp down here at the bottom right, basically showcasing authenticity that they are the ones who graded this card. And then looking at the left, you have all of your data, the card name, brand, expansion, release, card ID, rarity, and any remarks. You also have a QR code, and then you have the grade on this report card, but a lot of it is going to be in Japanese. You will see little pieces mixed in that have the English portion. For example, if you look over here on the card at the bottom, which is really what's unique about this grading company, is that at the bottom is where you're going to see your grade and all of your information, which at first when I saw this, give it a chance, right? To be honest, when I first saw this, I wasn't sure if I like it. I was a little bit thrown off from seeing the grade at the bottom, but I think it's just because that's not what we're used to. But once you start to glance at it, you realize that it is better for the card because now you're focusing more on the card and the art opposed to the grade and the label at the top. So at the bottom, you can see it's mixed in with Japanese, but you can read EOCG 1999 Secret Rare. And that's about it, right? But let's go ahead and see if we can see some more photos. This is their Twitter right here, so you can see a lot of different information. They have the Miriam, so they are grading the Miriam if that's what you're into, right? So you have your report card right here, coming from the Scarlet box that just came out. Your Miriam looks really nice in a slab, actually, and I do like that the label looks to be made out of etched to metal, so it's not just paper, it's not plastic or any of the above. It is etched to metal, and it looks really clean. Let's go ahead and see what else we can see on here. This is some of the cards they are grading right now. You have a lot of different stuff. You have Vice Swartz, you have a bunch of different various Japanese TCGs, Vanguard, you also have Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and I'm sure this isn't all of them, right? So let's go ahead and zoom over to the website in just a second. All right, so here is what the website looks like. It is going to look a little bit different because I did translate it. So the website is originally all in Japanese, so it might be a little wonky and it may not translate perfectly, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. So right here is their philosophy. This is the explanation of service. ARS is a service that keeps cards from customers, performs authenticity appraisal, grading, and delivers them in a special case. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to read keeps cards from customers, right? Probably that they take cards from customers to grade them. But either way, this is what the slab looks like. So you can see it from the side right here in the bottom. It does look to be a little bit thicker than PSA and CGC slabs. So maybe not as thick as Beckett, which I think Beckett for me personally, and some people may throw some hate my way for this, but I think Beckett is a little bit too thick for me. I don't really like Beckett slabs too much. They are very, very bulky. But this is what the front and the back looks like. And you notice that on this slab right here, the front has some of the card information, but you're not going to see the grade on the front of the card. The grade is at the bottom back of the card. So right here you have your QR code. It says ARS, and then you have your actual grade. So your grade will be on the back. Now, moving on down, it says, and this is what I like about it. I mentioned this earlier. It says, by writing the grade on the back, it is a design that can convey the original charm of the card to the maximum. On the back side, you can write a two-dimensional barcode that allows you to check the grade and its details. So the QR code, and by reading it, you can check the detailed information such as the number of appraisal sheets. So how many are out there, the population, right? In addition, we have laser engraving with the latest technology to prevent counterfeiting. So that's pretty cool. I like that as well. Any way that we could try to prevent counterfeits, because I mean, eventually somebody will probably find a way, right? Somebody will find a way to counterfeit the slabs. They're already doing it with PSA, Beckett, everything else. And we've all seen that some have slipped through. So it does happen. And eventually, if they catch them, they will delete them from the official page where you're checking the population counts. And you won't see that number activated anymore for that card. So yeah, that's good that they're doing that. And right here it says, for cards only in Japan or not released in Japan, even if you select the desired caption language, it will be the language written by our company. In principle, if it is only in Japan, it is written in Japanese. If it is not released in Japan, it is written in English. So for all the MetaZoo fans out there, right, that makes sense, right? If it's a MetaZoo card that only came out in America, they will write the target language for that card company. So MetaZoo would be English. And if the cards are only released in Japan, then it would be in their language, Japanese. But it does say that they would write it in whatever they wish. So your cards, just bear in mind, they may come back written in Japanese. And I'm okay with that, right? Because I'm a Pokemon Japanese card collector. I love the way all of it looks. And I think the slabs look very unique. And I would love to put some of these in my collection. And I think they look really cool, right? And then as you come down right here, you do have the explanation of the grades. We're not going to go through all of these. 10, of course, perfect or very close to perfect. You do have a 10 plus. It says only the perfect state will have a 10 plus notation. The old issue date is worth 10 plus. It is perfectly maintains the state at that time. So a 10 plus would be the best of the best. And then moving on down, it just talks about surface wear, tear, and coming all the way down to grade number 1, a condition in which scratches, dirt that significantly affect the appearance that can be seen. And here what the prices look like in yen, the appraisal fee. So you have the value is yen 1 to 50,000 yen. Then it would cost 3,000 yen to grade plus authenticate, 3,300 yen tax included. And the authenticate appraisal would be 2,000 yen. So not bad. And then moving on down, they grade all the way up to 10 million 1 yen. So that would be 350,000 yen to grade that. And then 200,000 yen appraisal. So that's how much it would cost. You could check all this out right here. I have not done the research just yet to see how fast the cards come back. I would imagine it takes some time, right? You have to ship your cards to Japan. You have to wait for them to grade your cards. They have to come back through customs, and then you have to wait for your cards to come back. So if you buy from a proxy service like Buy.e or Tenzo, then you're probably used to buying from Japan. And if you don't mind waiting, it's not really a big deal. Now, personally, this is just me, right? I'm not going to send my most expensive cards to Japan just yet, because I would not want to send cards all the way to a foreign country and then lose my cards. And I don't know this grading company well enough yet to do that. But I wouldn't mind sending some of my lower end cards out there to get them back and just have some different slabs. I'm not usually open to a bunch of different slab and grading companies. I'm very skeptical on what I put my stuff inside of, but I do really like these slabs. And I think they're the first ones to do it where it's just this unique and this much different, right? You see this Charizard right here, and it just looks stunning. And it doesn't detract from the artwork to have it at the bottom. And I also saw something else recently for this grading company. I don't see the nice ones on the pictures right here, but they started making frames. So if you've seen a lot of those artists out there, support the artists, right? If they're on Etsy or whatever, where they have the frame protruding away from the card that extends the artwork and makes the card look really nice and pop. ARS is starting to do the same thing. And now I did see this one right here. This is just a basic frame, and they have about 3 different ways they can throw your card inside of one of these frames. And for some reason, it's still loading, right? So it still looks blurry. But anyways, you get the point. They put the grading report card certificate to the left of the card, and then you have the slab to the right inside of this really nice frame, and it looks really good. But they do have other ones that does have actual artwork that makes the card look more stunning, and they have some that have a bigger box around the card, so it's not just hugging on the slab itself. So it's really just a preference thing and what you like, but there are many different ways that ARS can do this. And I'm pretty sure if you peruse around on the website, you can find some other options. Now, I don't see nothing else in the photos right here, but you can probably find that later if you are interested. So the website is arsgrading.com. I did go over to eBay, and like I said, it's a very new grading service, so I don't see any cards being graded and sold by ARS at the moment, but they probably have some circulating around on social media. So far, I've seen people just getting them for their collection and holding on to them because they like it. But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this is a cool concept? A card grading company straight out of Japan, the motherland for cards and anime. Let me know what y'all think about it. Are y'all excited for it? Would you slab any of your cards with ARS grading? I have no connection to this company whatsoever, but I do think it does look cool, and I would send about 5 to 10 cards out there soon just to get them back and put them in a case and just look at them, right? I want to see the difference, the comparison between PSA and ARS, and see how they look side by side and be able to focus on that artwork and not detract from it. So let me know what y'all think. I appreciate all of you tuning in. Love each and every one of you, and I'll be back soon with another video, and I'll see y'all later. Out.